It is a broad scope of content for the Nutnfancy project. You guys know that. Nothing new. It's been that way for many years now. But the KRV has been foundational ever since I started doing this thing. TMP Knife Nation, as it has grown to be, I guess is still out there. View numbers are how I tell. I'll put out a batch of KRVs. We'll see how they do. If they do very good, I'm going to do more. If not, sorry. The other content will take pole position, like gun content. Why do I have that patch on there? That was limited edition. It's all gone. So sorry. You probably should have bought it back in 2012. This one has just been restocked. And it is freaking cool. Mr. Pissed Off Owl. Yeah, that's in the web store. But I'll do the KRV again. If they do well, I'm going to do more. And I'm going to put my focus on this latest batch on folding knives, because I've been doing a lot of fixed blades in the latest batches. This is another knife that I love, and I can't believe I haven't reviewed it yet. It is a SOG Visionary 2 VS-02. You can see right there. Comes in a smaller one. That's a VS-01, maybe a better EDC choice. And it's another example of SOG getting it right. Getting it right. Jumping into philosophy of use, what would you use this knife for primarily? Exactly. I think most y'all are saying EDC, dude. Just a utility knife. I totally agree with that. Me too. That's exactly what I would carry it for. I would probably opt in that EDC role. You guessed it, for the VS-01, the smaller Visionary. But this one could easily function. Everyday carry, absolutely. How about defensive knife? Yeah, you could do it. The blade is not exactly tiny. It's 3 3/4 inches long. The weight is 4.4 ounces, and that's a good carry weight. About 0.13 inches in thickness, that blade. It is hollow ground, and it has that organic SOG distinctiveness to it. Nice belly through here. That will accelerate the cut slightly. Not a huge deal. It will though. Here, swedge coming down here, unsharpened. It's just a good looking blade, as we see in SOG frequently. They say that's a black powder coating on there, on this one, and the steel is kind of a switch out from SOG's usual steel. This is actually VG10, and you guys know I like VG10, right? It's a great rust resistant steel. It will not hold an edge to a level that impresses me, but it's easy to sharpen, and it takes a very fine edge. Some may have a complaint about this notch right here, so if you do a continuous cut, you can actually bind up right here. And when I get to competitive options, I'll show you some different grinds that may not have that. It's not a full flat ground blade, but I still like it. Has a knife section of flat right here for a consistent angle sharpener, like EPA, whatever you want to use. Feel in hand is nice. It feels lighter than 4.4 ounces. Let's check the speed on this arc lock Visionary. I would say it's good. Maybe excellent, depending on your technique. It reminds me, you guessed it, of an axis lock. And just because I'm carrying it today, I'm going to pop out a Benchmade 943, because that's a good comparison and contrast against the two locking mechanisms. And there's some mechanical differences, to be sure, but I think functionally the average knife user can't really tell. There's a button in the side of the handle. It unlocks the blade and it helps deploy it, and there's some spring tension, by the way, which helps close the blade and keep it in the closed position, which is a bonus. I think they're equally excellent. Axis lock, arc lock. Now SOG will tell you this has been tested to 1,000 pounds of pressure. I surely didn't do that, but that's what they're saying. But the axis lock is equally as good. I think it's just the same approach, or the same intent and result, different approach. Now, by the way, knife makers copy each other all the time. All the time. So do gun makers. You know, Ruger, excuse me. Lockup and strength on the Visionary, fantastic. No movement at all. It is an adjustable pivot point right here. We would expect that. They say it's self-adjusting, this arc lock, by the way. It's a fun knife, really fun knife. It is an FRN handle, which generally does not excite me, except they somehow got the checkering, the molded checkering on the Visionary right. It's actually gives you decent traction. I'm not going to say excellent traction, it ain't, but it's one of the better FRN handles I've seen with just the not milling, but the molded in, you know, pattern they've given it. Now, as we look inside, I am very sad to see there's no skeletonizing in there. I think in future versions they should totally skeletonize it. That would bring the weight sub 4 ounces, maybe. You might save half an ounce, depending how they do it. Spyderco does it, and they do a good job of it. So skeletonize future versions, says me. That may add a few bucks, but this is not exactly a super cheap knife. It's not, but it adds a little bit more carryability. How about that jimping? Dude, that locks in. There ain't no jimping on this Osborne. Nothing. Elegant EDC knife, to be sure, but I like that jimping. Gives control, gives purchase, and if we go back to the philosophy of use of defensive carry, yeah, could do it. If you're a saw collecting fan, Visionary, talking to POUs, it's going to be a nice addition. By the way, did I show you my hand cuts healing up? Check that. Hey Nutn, how did you do that? And you're going to see it in other videos when this is like spurting blood. Stay tuned, stay subbed. It was this knife. A little tiny Bark River fixed blade. I don't even know the name of it. It came with another knife order we made, and the dudes just threw it in. I'm like, oh cool. And so I'm opening it, you know, in the office as I'm doing my stuff, and I thought I had it blade down, because you can see how that handle, it looks about symmetrical, right? I thought I was blade up, so like this, and actually I was like this. I pulled it out, and it's a bugger to get out of here. I mean, it's got some tension. And so you guessed it, I came across and just slipped myself. Oh! Happens. Pretty deep. It's healing. The way I should have fixed it is just put a split ring right there. And then I have a split ring like a grenade. Jink. Yeah, there you go. Now you know the story. Competitive options on the Visionary are as follows. I'm going to start off with a freaking SOG Zoom, which I love. Look at the similarities in blade shape. Look familiar? Should. They're about the same. I said the same thing about this blade shape. The flats, accelerated cut, good belly. Here's the tip, by the way, on the Visionary, similar to the Zoom. Same family. Deployment studs, by the way, no volcano issues, excellent. Ambi. I just love this knife. It's like an auto, the SOG Zoom. This is 4.6 ounces, about the same weight. This one is an AUS 8, about 70 bucks if you're a SOG fan. I can't imagine you wouldn't have this knife. This is one of the knives I start carrying, and I hate to take it out of my pocket because of the thinness, and it's pretty light, and it's fast and fun. The only confusion I have, and it still continues to this day, is when I pull it out, I always feel like I'm carrying an auto, and I'm pushing this button. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not carrying the Spec Elite, or I'm not carrying, you know, a Piranha. It's an assisted opening, but man, does it come out fast. So that's a good competitive option. If you don't have either of these knives, I would look very seriously at this. Between the two, I would probably favor that one. Kershaw Piston, come on down. This is 1860. This is 3.8 ounces, so it's a little bit lighter. It's 14C28N, which is a good fine-grained steel stonewash finish, I think. I've sharpened this one. Look at that sick edge on there. Makes me excited just looking at it. Sharp knife, just, I don't know, made me start breathing heavily, sweating profusely. Oh wait, it's because the air conditioning is busting. Whatever. This is a liner lock, obviously. It is lighter weight. It does not have the full steel liners like we talked about in that review. It deploys very quickly, locks up nice. It's an awesome knife. I cut my own jimping in it though, because it doesn't have it. And last time I checked, I don't even know if they're still making this knife. They are always discontinuing knives. Put them in. I still love that knife though. Huge. How about the Cold Steel Code 4? Oh man. This is a spear point one. What a great knife. 4.2 ounces. It's lighter than this one. And it's got that amazingly strong triad lock. AUS 8A steel. Pure titanium. Super thin. Decent enough pocket clip. I wish it carried like, I don't know, this one. Look at that again. This is a great option. You know, about, I think, 60-ish for that. This one, the Visionary, I think is going to run around 110. I don't know. It's just a little bit up there. Talk to SOG, man. I don't price it. Last but not least, did I even show this? I haven't even reviewed this knife, and it's in our collection. I really made myself depressed the other night, knowing that I had not reviewed it, is the now discontinued Benchmade Colgera. Oh, kind of a different category, let's be honest. This is a super light axis lock, Osborne design, beautiful layered G10, very phallic pocket clip, but it's black chromed. I mean, the fit and finish on this knife, phenomenal. Combo edge, it's basically a 940 series Benchmade, just with some different approaches. 2.9 ounces though. I think this is 154, something like that. An option. I just threw that out. But the Visionary, is it worth it? You decide. For the same money, you can buy these other knives that are excellent. But when you look at it in form and function, first kind of cool, tops. I don't know what else I'd change about it. The jimping's good. The thumb studs are good. There's actually good handles on it for FRN. I would like them to maybe put a higher grade handle material on it at that price point. Maybe a high quality, high traction G10. Maybe a different color like that. I love the black blade. Oh, and I forgot to, again, rave about the pocket clip on all the SOGs. It may not be the most aesthetic, but man, is it functional. Carries deep, and it is reversible for left and right carry. There's your lanyard hole, by the way. And you could take this knife apart if you wanted. The only thing I'd do is probably maybe do the handle change and maybe skeletonize the liners. Other than that, great job, SOG. Another outstanding knife from our friends. Thanks. See ya.